Hi, my name is Crisanda, and I have been training parents, teachers, and kids for over 20 years. I have a passion for kids and parents and teachers. And with the parenting courses that I have been presented for about 17 years, I found that there is one and more, but one specific challenge that most parents and teachers have, and that is that challenge with how many times do I need to talk? It is a common frustration, and it's actually very easy to resolve. So I've put a workshop together with a name, How Many Times Do I Need to Talk, that addresses this specific challenge. Sometimes we think that the challenge or the problem is just with the kids. They're just obedient. They don't listen. They don't do what we say. But we don't realize that we don't always have the authority in place. Us as the authority figure in that child's life, whether it is a teacher or a parent. We don't always realize that we as a parent or a teacher need to know who is the child I'm working with. What is his or her temperament, and how do I need to speak to them to make sure that they hear us, that they understand us. We also don't always realize the importance of house rules there is, so that the rules speak for us, so that we can actually speak less because there is rules. And lastly, we don't always realize that there is a better way of giving instructions, so that a child will actually hear and listen and then act, and not just react as we most of the times experience. Now, all of this might not be new information to you, but I will show you in this 90 minutes how to take all this information and put it into practice. Let me quickly tell you how. So first off, when we look at authority, we know that we as parents or teachers need to have authority in the classroom or at home. But how do we do it? First off, we need to determine and know what's the difference between authority and power. We also have 12 building blocks, practical things that you as a parent and teacher can do to make sure that your authority strengthens or that you can get your authority back. And I'm going to discuss some of that building blocks with you in practice. It is practical things that you can go back home, implement, so that you can see the fruit of it. Then, when we look at temperament, I tell you and show you the different temperaments there is and give you examples of how to speak to different temperaments so that they can hear you. For an example, some kids, they need your touch and eye contact so that they can actually hear and listen to what you say. Then if we look at house rules, we all know that we should have house rules at home or in our classroom. But how do we do it and implement it with not saying a lot of things to do's and not to do's? I'm going to show you how to just have 5 house rules that cover every single rule that you can think of in such a way that it is colorful with pictures so that even a 3-year-old can understand it and remember it. We need to let kids know that house rules and rules are there to protect us, and the house rules is for everyone at home. Then lastly, we took the word instructions and we gave a description of every letter of that word to describe a good instruction. For an example, if you look at the letter T, T stands for time, like when an instruction should happen and how long they have time to do that instruction or do what you've asked. For instance, if you just say, you must go and bath, they will finish that sentence with, when I'm dirty enough, when my story is finished, before I go to bed. But if you tell them that they have 5 minutes and then they must go and bath, then they know exactly when they must do it. And then you need to tell them how long they have to do it, so that they don't go to their room to clean up their room, but then start playing with toys. They know they have like 20 minutes or half an hour, depending on how their room looks like, to finish that task. Now, I want to invite you to attend the next How Many Times Do I Need to Talk workshops, or you can organize a workshop like this. Contact me. I'm looking forward to meet you and to walk this parenting journey and discipling journey with you.